As a scientist, mistakes aren't uncommon. Even I've made my fair share of mistakes. But none of the mistakes I have ever made can compare to what I just had to put away. For part 5 of my creating life experiment, I decided to try out cloning. Unfortunately, cloning was a new technique at the time, and it had interesting side effects on the result. I called him Junior, and like all clones, he grew up at a pretty fast rate, all things considered. Now, for a while, everything seemed to be fine. He seemed to have my level of intelligence and things like that. But then I started noticing something off about that boy. Whenever we went on walks, he would give death glares at certain people, usually people who were disabled or homeless. Whenever we encountered one of those kinds of people, he would just angrily stare at them. One night at dinner, I finally decided to ask him why he did that, and he went on a rant that I just could not believe my ears he was saying. He went on a rant about how people like that are just leeches on society, and we spend way too much money focusing on people who give nothing back. They are literally parasites, and someone needs to do something about it. I tried telling him that was insane, but I don't think it got to him. Months passed and everything seemed to be going all right. He stopped talking about the subject, but then one week he started spending a lot of time out, and I noticed whenever he got back he seemed weirdly pleased with himself. When I tried asking him why, he never answered. So, one day when he went out, I sent one of my stealth drones to spy on him to see what he was up to. I I was not prepared for what I was about to see. I found out that he had been inviting homeless people to a picnic where he would then give them poisoned food, where he would then throw their bodies down a hole covered by a trap door. When I used the drone to see how many were in there were like 7 corpses. I was horrified. When he got home, I just snapped. I told him, "Junior, what you are doing is sick and wrong." But then he responded with his usual parasite talk, saying that people like that provide nothing for society, but we have to bend over backwards for them, so they need to be exterminated like the parasites they are. And then, this is where things kinda got a bit blurry. I told him I would tell the police about his little trap door, and then he threw a knife right into my eye. I still am looking for something to do about that. I was so mad about that, not only because of the bodies and the knife, he just stood there laughing. I was so mad that I picked up a flower pot and threw it right in his face, which ended up knocking him out. As I gazed upon his unconscious body, I realized I had a choice to make. Despite all the things he did, it didn't feel right killing my own son. And I felt like if I sent him to jail, he would just find a way to escape. So, I decided to put him inside of a cryotube, and hoped that he would never ever get unthawed. I put backup energies on it, I sprayed it with indestructible spray. I want to make sure that he can never get out. Because if he does, I don't want to think about what'll happen. So, if you're watching this, please do not release him, because that boy is dangerous. Okay, I think we can all agree we need to find this guy before he does anything else. But unfortunately, we don't know where Carrot took him, so we're gonna have to scour the entire town. So, let's just do this because we need to find this guy before he can do anything else.